Okay guys, I'm sorry, but I have to make this video. I cannot in good conscience not make this video. There's a man parading around Kansas City and all over the internet that calls himself Casey Crimefighter. His real name is Alonzo Washington. Okay, this guy has been around, as he says, for decades with a crime-fighting, whatever, crusade, I guess he says, in Kansas City. And it's funny because I was going to make this video yesterday, and I had so much to say. And then this morning, for the first time ever, probably, besides other times that he became popular and started getting money from people, he has thanked the community. Okay, this guy never does this. He is a narcissist. If you don't know that, he has narcissistic personality disorder. I have other videos that I will make to prove that fact. But this is a fake thank you, guys. And everyone's like, oh yeah, here we go. You guys, you're being fooled by him. Okay, the only reason he made this thank you and actually turned the I into we is because he's getting the money rolling in. Okay, he's getting the friends on Facebook, which probably aren't, the majority of them aren't friends. But, okay, let's just read his post this morning. He says, okay, and he never does this. This is probably the first time he's ever acknowledged anyone else besides himself. And there's a reason. He's manipulating you, okay? He is only doing this post because he's on a roll with the money, okay? He's getting the money in. And he's feeling pretty special right now. He's feeling pretty good about himself. So he's going to go ahead and cut out the whining and say, oh, we're in this together. We're doing this together, blah, 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 blah. He doesn't believe that, you guys. Come on, he just wants the money and he just wants the admiration. And I can prove that. Okay. He says, Casey, you're making me smile. This Facebook page is kicking butt. I got so many tips yesterday, I couldn't turn them all in. I'll turn in more today. We are getting tips about crime before they hit the news. Oh yeah. I thank all my sources. We are doing more than prayer vigils. We are informing each other about local crime and working to take crooks off the streets. I can't do it alone. Remember, you all can post crime events on my timeline. Of course he wants you to do that because he doesn't know what the heck's going on. He gets his information from everybody else. Okay, moving on. This is your crime-fighting tool also. I thank everyone. This is the first time he's ever thanked anybody for anything. Okay? I've even got 3 folks, and this is why, to donate to my GoFundMe campaign this week. So he's got a little over $100, like 100 and, maybe he even has like 145 at this point. Okay, this has all happened in the past few weeks because he's talking about strippers and sex, and that gets people reeled in and whatever. Anyway, so he's got these people he's faking, or fooling, into thinking that he's something, and they're giving him money. And he's so excited about it. He's like, yay, I'm finally getting the recognition I deserve. Okay, so he says thank you. I even got 3 folks to donate to my GoFundMe campaign this week. We are kicking butt, and we need to keep it up because the murder rate is going, and when it gets hot, bleep, get shot, and we need to stay on it. Okay, when he says we need to keep it up, he means you need to keep giving him money. You need to keep saying he's amazing. That's what he's saying. Okay? Let's do it. To it, Casey. Keep a smile on my face with tips. And then he posts a picture of him smiling. Okay? Like, that's the most important thing, is to keep him smiling. Anyways, oh, I have so much information on this guy that it's kind of, it's really frustrating that he is on a roll with fooling people right now. I mean, I know it's gonna die down, but man, it's just irritating because this guy's actually making the problem in Kansas City worse. What? What you say? How does he make it worse? He's getting criminals. He's bringing justice. How in the heck is he making it worse? Okay. Here's my spiel. What's the harm in supporting this man, Casey Crimefighter? You might be saying, okay, so he's a narcissist. Who cares? He's still solving cases and doing something good for the community. You might be saying that. You might be one of his most recent Facebook, Twitter supporters or whatever. Okay. You're being fooled, guys. You're being fooled. For those who feel that way, I'm going to lay it out for you. Okay, I typed this out so that I can read it easier and not get confused with my thoughts. Alright guys, here's the harm in supporting someone with narcissistic personality disorder like Alonzo Washington has. If you don't know what narcissistic personality disorder is, I plan on making videos about it, but you can look it up yourself. And in the description, it's exactly what this guy is. Like, to a T. He has narcissistic personality disorder. That's him. He's a narcissist. He's like Donald Trump, but black, okay? They're both narcissists. They both do the same, whining, complaining, blaming everybody else but themselves. And then they start saying, we can do it, when they get money, support, status, etc. Okay? They're identical. That's what Donald Trump does, and that's what this guy does. Okay, so what's the harm in supporting someone like this? Point number one, he hurts more people than he helps. You might not know that yet because you just started following him and you just started giving him money, whatever. He can count on one or two hands and maybe a toe over the decades he's been doing this. The cases that he solved, quote unquote, or helped, more realistically, with solving. But he can't count the hundreds, probably thousands of people that he's abused and hurt, especially grieving families, in the process. Solving a crime will lose a lot of its significance if you hurt the people it was meant to bring justice to. What's the point in finding out who killed their loved one if you damage their beloved memories and feelings in the process? That's what he does. There is no such thing as justice for the victim, okay? They're gone. Only for the family and friends that are still living. You can't bring justice to the family by saying whatever hurtful and disrespectful things you want about their loved one and their entire family, and then shout to those you've hurt, and this is what he does. You're welcome. Thank me, or else I'll bash you on Facebook some more. I found the killer. So what if I said horrible things about you and your family? Or blocked you, because he blocks everybody, especially the families. It's all about me solving the crime, not your feelings. That is what this man does on a regular basis. Go back through his Facebook before he got all happy because he's getting his money. Go back and see what he does to people. You probably won't be able to see it, like, the whole picture because he deletes so much stuff that he does that's wrong, so many comments that come in saying he's being disrespectful, and blah, blah, blah. He deletes it all because he doesn't want you seeing any of that. He doesn't want you to know the truth about him. That's what he's doing, okay? So, back to what I was saying. He may have stopped a killer and got him or her locked up. Maybe, okay? In the rare occasion that his tips were the key piece in the case. Again, those instances can most likely be counted on one hand over the past 20 years, where he was the key player, okay? He's giving them all these tips, but you know what? They might already have them. They might already have them from somebody else, but he thinks that his tips are better than everybody else's tips. Okay, maybe in some cases, like I said, counted on one hand, maybe he got the key tip in the case. Maybe. But those families that he's trying to help are still left without their loved one. What does he do? He spreads rumors, talks disrespectfully about the victim. You can see it. Scroll down his timeline, guys. Scroll down. Tony Anderson, he just kept calling her a stripper. He just disrespected her completely. He kept posting photos of her in her, like, inappropriate photos. He doesn't need to do that. He's ridiculous, okay? He does not need to do that. He thinks he does. He thinks it brings in more tips. But it's hurting people. Anyway, he spreads rumors, talks disrespectfully about the victim to their loved ones, all in the name of justice, and expects a thank you. In the cases where someone is missing and Alonzo gets involved, usually he bashes the family and victim to create drama so he can feel like he's getting the most important tips in, which is not usually the case. When the missing person is found, dead or alive, he bashes the family some more and says he's awesome and they should thank him. This just goes to show that he doesn't give even the slightest consideration towards the thoughts and feelings of the people he's finding justice for. Okay? He doesn't care about their feelings. He's a narcissist and he only wants something else to put him up on a pedestal. Okay? He just wants to solve a crime so that he can be awesome. That's it. He only cares about finding a killer so that he can shout that he did it and get praise, like I said. He cares about. He's a real stand-up guy, isn't he? Oh, my eyes are rolling. Okay, can you imagine Batman, Superman, or any other superhero, or Omega Man? Maybe he does, I have never read his comics, but I'm kind of scared too. Can you imagine them or any other superhero you can think of acting this way towards people he's helping? Can you see them shouting from the rooftops that they are the best and everyone should thank them? Think about it. Do superheroes do that? No. Absolutely not. Can you imagine a villain who only wants to become powerful and in charge acting this way? Yes. Absolutely. Most of the time, villains act like they're doing something good in other people's best interests. They con and lie and manipulate in order to get what they want. They seek respect and praise because it will help them not to be exposed for who they really are. They gotta keep up appearances. They fool a lot of people until they are exposed and taken down by said hero. He's a villain, you guys. And someone needs to take him down. He's a fraud. Next point. Alonzo claims to be an activist, okay? And an activist is a person who campaigns to bring about political or social change that will improve society. Is he doing that? No. Is he decreasing the crime rate? No. He's just running a tabloid about it. Is he inspiring people to work together to make the world a better place? Heck, no. He's just whining, complaining, and ranting. Do not look at this current post. That is not the real Alonzo. That is the Alonzo that comes about when he's getting lots of money and getting lots of praise. Okay, it's fake. It's totally fake. He whines, complains, and rants. That's what he does. He's inspiring people to shout racism if they ever have a problem with anything, and then does nothing more to change it. So it's an excuse for him. Everything's racist. Racism, 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 it's all racist. And he was screaming all that when he wasn't getting the money, when he wasn't getting the praise, when he wasn't getting the attention. Then everyone's racist, okay? But now if he starts getting attention, he's probably going to cut down on the racist thing. I don't know. We'll see. But it's fake. He's not stopping future crimes and murders, you guys. If anything, he's spreading the hate and greed mentality that drives people to commit crimes in the first place. Let's think about it. Who commits crime? I really want you guys to think about this. Who commits crime? What kind of mindset? People with mental disorders, like narcissistic personality disorder, and people who think their lives and their needs and wants are above another human's life, needs and wants. People who don't respect others enough to keep themselves in check. Crimes are committed by selfish people who want to be in control. People who think that they are worth everything, like Alonzo, and others are worth nothing. People who want to further their power and situation by sacrificing someone else to get it. That's who commits crime. Okay, apart from the cases that are driven by drugs and addiction, what that poison can do to a person. But, back to the point. Those are the people who think it is acceptable to shoot at or murder someone else. Sounds a lot like the traits of a narcissist, right? If not, you need to go look up narcissist. Those are the traits, okay? Those are the traits and mindset of a narcissist, just taken to the next level. Criminals just take it to the next level. He's spreading hate and he's spreading that mindset. It all starts there. It's poison. He's poison. Do not let him fool you, guys. I want to bang my head against a wall. Before you know it, tragedy hits your family and you go to him for help. He turns on you after you call him out for being his narcissistic jerkwad self, like he turns on everyone. You'll wish you had never heard his name or found his page. That's what he's going to do to you if you need his help. It was all fun and games when you were the one on the outside who could just watch him beat others down and even join in the fun. Okay, his Facebook page attracts Facebook bullies, drama queens, and other narcissists. That's who he's friends with. That's who likes him. That's who follows him. Okay? But when you're the one needing justice, you are going to have a completely different and disappointing experience with Alonzo. I've seen this time and time again. People that come to him for help, he makes posts about it, they end up getting blocked by this guy. Blocked and disrespected. Okay? It happens all the time. You will find out quickly that he is all about himself, his glory, and he cares nothing for you or about you. He doesn't care for you or about you. He'll say he loves you if you give him money, but that's it. Or if you tell him he's hot. Oh yeah, thanks sweetie, thanks honey. I just really love your support. I have so many haters. Okay, he's using your tragedy and situation as a way to gain viewers and get more praise. That's all he's using it for. The proof is right there in all of his Facebook and Twitter posts. It's right in front of your face. Or on the flip side, you never need to reach out to him and just follow him, just support him, okay? This is the majority of people. And probably the majority of his true, let's just say, quote-unquote, true supporters. They never need him for anything. They just like keeping up with the drama and the crime and the tabloids and whatever. All of his nonsense is going to cloud your mind. His negativity is going to keep you enraged and or scared, at odds with law enforcement, keep you stuck in time with the feeling that nothing will ever get any better, and it gets you nowhere. You won't even realize it's happening. But pay attention to how you feel after visiting his page. I'm being serious. What does reading his content do to your mood? Does it make you angry? Except for this most recent post, which is absolute baloney. Anyway, pay attention. Does it make you angry, outraged, feeling overwhelmed, hopeless, sad, like you want to get the heck out of Kansas City? Most likely it does. That is not how an anti-crime activist should make you feel. And that's how he makes people feel. Like, this whole time when he wasn't getting the support he wanted, that's what go back through his posts, you guys. He's not positive. He's not a positive person. This one single post might be positive, and like he wants to work with people, but read the rest, okay? Actually, let's see what he's talking about with his GoFundMe when he wasn't getting the money rolling in. Let's just see what he had to say. Here we go, guys. So this was in March. He says, my point is getting proved already. Folks don't care enough to fight murders in KC. I have 7 kids, and I have used thousands of dollars of my own funds to fight crime in the community with no rewards. Poor people in KC spend thousands of dollars on nonsense. Most would not give 1 cent to any efforts to battle crime in KC, unless it had something to do with white people. Guys, these are his true colors, okay? If their loved ones get shot, they will be begging for help, but will do nothing to support the efforts to fight crime. So he's saying people are begging him for help, but they're not giving him their money. So, it's just a fact, he says. And now he's whining about other people getting money and not him. $1 million for 3 people shot in Olathe and $10,000 for a scam fund to fund a white stripper named Tony Anderson. So he's belittling Tony Anderson in this post just because her family got money. No donations, get tips on countless murders in KC. This is why I work alone. Wait a minute. Wait, what did he just say in the other post? What was that about we? We. He can't do it alone? He just said that. But here he says, That's why I work alone and don't care about people's opinions, because most folks are all talk and no action beyond foolish stuff. Okay, so he's ranting. This is the real Alonzo, you guys. He's a ranter. He's a complainer. Here's another one. This is when he was not getting the money rolling in, okay, for the first couple months that he had it out there for everyone to donate. He says, I just gained 600 friends on Facebook, and none of them will donate to my GoFundMe Hip to Tip campaign. With friends like this, who needs enemies? Most folks don't care about weekly murders in KC. Not even black people. Well, give donations to efforts to try to solve the murders. What he's saying is they're not giving me money, so they don't care. If you don't give them money, you don't care about crime. Okay? That's what he's saying. This is a point I love to make. Oh yes, he loves to make it. He loves to make the point that if people aren't supporting him, then they're not supporting anything. Okay? We are not ready to fight KC violence beyond throwing up balloons. Give tips, KC. And the next one. Here he's complaining again. I started my GoFundMe page to fight crime to make a point. No one cares about weekly crimes in KC and urban areas. Most likely I won't get 1 cent in donations, but 3 people were shot in Olathe and $1 million was raised. A white stripper, again he's talking about Tony, went missing and thousands of dollars was raised with fraud because the funds hasn't been used to find Tony Anderson. Although men, women, and children are blown away weekly in urban communities in KC, and no one cares. He's saying no one cares because they're not giving him money. No one's trying to donate to efforts to solve these murders. He doesn't do anything, so why would they give him money? I'm giving you a chance to fight crime in KC, where it happens over and over again. But I think no one cares about urban crime. If you care, give me a donation. And then he gives you the link. Okay, this is when he first made his GoFundMe. I'm going to be upping my game to bring in tips in unsolved murders like this one. I'm testing this GoFundMe page out to see if I can get any support. So he's kind of giving himself an out, like he's just testing it out. If he doesn't get support, he's going to say everyone's racist and that's why, and then he would close it down. Okay? I once paid for a funeral of a kid that was killed on Kansas Highway. Now I want to see if I can get funds to help solve more crimes in KC. He's really using your money just to give himself some more big boy toys to pretend he's a crime fighter. You guys, that's all he's doing. And to get gas money so he can go out and put himself on, you know, in the spotlight with his cute little drone. That's all he's doing. You know, if all my friends on Facebook would donate $10, I could double my goal. Let's see if all my supporters will put their money where their mouths are. I most likely won't get 1 cent. So he has no, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? He has no faith in anybody. Okay, he thinks he's the only one who can do anything. Don't get offended, Casey. I do this off and on to prove that the community doesn't support my efforts to fight crime. Anything I do, I'm going to make happen on my own. I just like showing the truth. Okay, so where's all this we stuff again? All this stuff is I, because he's not getting money. I did a GoFundMe page for my crime drone, and I got $20 from a nice lady from another state. I didn't get 1 dime from anyone in the KC area. Good thing I have my own funds. Then why is he asking for money? Plus, I know most people are jealous of me anyway, so he's saying if you don't donate money to him, you're jealous of him. What happened to all the we stuff, Alonzo? Where's all the we can do this, we can do this? So he's not getting money, so he turns into a crybaby. I just like proving that the community isn't ready to support efforts that work to fight crime in KC. Does this sound like a positive activist? When he just likes proving that nobody's ready to support efforts to fight crime? No. Everyone knows I can solve crimes, they just don't want to give me any support beyond lip service. Alright guys, I think that was most of the GoFundMe stuff. To show that it used to be all, you know, I do this, I do that, nobody does anything, y'all are stupid, you're not giving me money. Okay, and now he makes this new post about, he switches up his tune, okay? Because he's getting money in. Casey, you're making me smile, this page is kicking butt, oh yeah, we can do this, I can't do this without you. But, you know what? He claims he can do this without you, and he does, all the time. Alright, we should do like a little, you people should stop giving him money. Stop giving him money for a few months and see what happens. He's going to change. He's going to go back to the real Alonzo. I can guarantee it. Probably not going to do that because you guys are being fooled by him, but whatever. Okay, where was I? In the reasons you should not support this guy. Okay, I was talking about the mood. Right, like if you scroll down his page, you'll see it. Does it make you feel angry, outraged, feeling overwhelmed, hopeless, sad, blah, 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 blah. Activists that are actually good and effective should make you feel like change is possible, and a better world is possible, and you can make a difference, each and every one of us. His activism is nothing but whining, complaining, screaming racism in almost every single post, boasting about how awesome he is, and telling you that nothing works, but to support him and give him money, because he works, apparently. And that we're all doomed. What good can that do for people? Okay, don't pay attention to this new post he just made, because that is 1 in a million. That is not what he does. He's only doing it because he's getting money. I'm talking about everything he's done up until this point. What good can that do for people? You might like the drama and like hearing about murders and feel like you're well informed about city crime, which might be true in some cases. I mean, I was brought to his page during the Tony Anderson, thing, and he was talking a lot about like what could be the case. So, yeah, you might be better informed about crime on his page, but a lot of it's rumor, a lot of it's false. Sometimes he gets it right. But if that's the case, okay, if you like the drama and like hearing about murder and like feeling that we're all doomed, then visit his page knowing that's all you're getting. You're just getting a play-by-play of crime and you're not getting change. Donate money to him knowing that's all it's going to be used for is to help get his picture on whatever he can get it on. Buy him more toys that make him feel like a superhero, and for him to continue running his crime tabloid page. Your money is not, I repeat, is not going to make a difference as far as crime is concerned. So, all those people that have donated to his page, your money is just going to go towards maybe getting him a new drone, maybe getting him something new that makes him feel like more of a superhero, maybe get him a billboard so he can say, ooh, I'm the only crime fighter in town, look at me. That's all your money's going to do, just to let you know. If that's okay with you, sure, go ahead and donate. But it's not going to make a difference as far as crime is concerned. It's not going to improve the conditions Casey is currently fighting. It's only going to give Alonzo more opportunities to say he's awesome. You're going to be stuck in a never-ending cycle of negativity, murder, hopelessness, and Alonzo ego stroking. Because, okay, he's happy right now, he's getting money, but that's going to change. And then he's going to go back to whining, you guys. That's what he's doing, and that's what reading his page and supporting him will get you. It's not worth it. What harm can come from supporting him, you say? Well, it can ruin your quality of life, basically. And it can ruin numerous other lives, especially all the people that he hurts in the process. It will never move us forward into a better place. According to Alonzo himself, he's been doing this for decades, and nothing ever changes. He's simply not effective at anything besides self-promotion, hurting grieving families, crime tabloid stories, and narcissistic entertainment. Alright, next point. Being a narcissist, now this is key. Being a narcissist, it's impossible to bring the change that he claims he desires and can achieve. You need to understand this. Narcissists can't be heroes. Narcissists can't bring about positive change for humanity. They are all too busy making themselves the most important person in the universe for anyone else to benefit. Okay? Beneath his claims, he possesses a me attitude. He says that he wants justice for families, but he actually only wants recognition and praise. He doesn't care about justice, he cares about praise. If he doesn't get the recognition and praise, he's going to complain about it until his last dying breath. Precious Doe, anybody? Anybody? Is it enough to him that he solved that little girl's case, gave her a name, and told her story, and helped put those monsters responsible behind bars? Is it enough to him? No, it's clearly not enough. He wants to be praised until the end of time for it. How many times has he included the Precious Doe case in his posts and in his videos? How many times has he had to shout from the rooftops that he solved it and that no one gives him credit? More than I can count. He usually manages to mention Precious Doe somewhere in most of his posts, comments, and videos on completely unrelated cases. Okay, so he just likes shouting it out because he wants praise, he wants recognition, and he just can't get enough. Now, does that mean that he shouldn't be credited? No, I'm not saying that. He should be, and he was, you guys, he was credited. He always talks about how he was all over the news and speaking at press conferences, etc. He was credited and recognized. He spoke at a huge press conference about it. People knew he was involved. Just because his name isn't mentioned a million times every following year in every Precious Doe article forever and ever until the end of time, it doesn't mean he wasn't recognized as a key player in that particular case. Oh, excuse me, Alonzo. The only player, quote unquote, in that particular case, according to him. For a hero, knowing he brought about justice would be enough. To someone who genuinely cares about the greater good, knowing they helped another person, it would be enough. Their actions make a difference. They don't need to shout to everyone how awesome they are and what they've done. They wouldn't focus on the past and their accomplishments. They would be content knowing they did something amazing and look towards the next case in the future. For Alonzo, it isn't enough, and he won't stop demanding more and more recognition for past accomplishments, even when he gets it. So what good will your support do? Nothing. It will never be enough, guys. Never. You could paint a mural of him on a building, erect a statue of him looking like a superhero. Oh, he'd love that. Print a news article about him solving Precious Doe every single day in every paper in the country, or give him $1 million. You could give him $1 million, guys. Guess what? After he rides that wave of praise and support, he'll still ask for more. Okay? Next point. When Alonzo shouts about how everyone is racist, and the cops are dumb, and the crime will never end, and he's the only one who can ever do anything about it, he basically creates such a negative outlook and environment on his social media that it contributes to people not coming forward with legit tips Okay, they come forward with rumors and drama. And the division between race and all humans in general continues and worsens. The relationship between law enforcement and citizens declines because he can't stop talking about how stupid they are and how they don't help anyone, all to make himself look better and more important. He's not a team player, you guys. He wants to be the only one. That's not going to help anybody. We need the opposite to happen in order to create change. Are the cops corrupt and useless? Maybe. Maybe some of them are. Maybe a lot of them are. But what good does it do to shout that they are? Is that going to change anything? No, obviously it's not. He's been shouting it out for decades. It's just going to encourage even more disrespect between law enforcement and citizens, moving us further and further in the wrong direction. That's what he's doing. He's not a real-life superhero, you guys. He needs to be a team player, and he's not. As far as shouting racism in every single post of his, you can't keep using the word racism whenever you don't get what you want. Okay? Alonzo, is that what you want to teach everyone? That if you're black and you ever have an issue or want some special treatment, that all you have to do is shout, racism, racism, in order to get it? Here's what he'd say. Yeah, because everything is racist all of the time. Wake up and go suck a dick. He loves that phrase. That man sure has some awesome conflict resolution skills, doesn't he? Anyway, that's what you taught your sons when you went to a McDonald's and harassed an ethnic worker on camera. Okay, this worker was not white. He was harassing, I think he said he was Mexican, an ethnic worker on camera, accusing him of being racist towards your kids. You got some gift cards for being a jerk. Congrats. You just taught your kids how to not deal with people and to use racism to get free cash and rewards, and basically anything they feel entitled to. So that's what he does. He shouts racism so he can get more money. And now he's teaching his kids that too, you guys. Which, if they were raised by you, would be everything. This is like what they feel entitled to, because he feels entitled to everything. And now I'm talking to Alonzo again. You have quite a few children, and I hope and pray they don't all end up dealing with conflict the way you do, and the way that you and your wife, you're not alone. You got your wife with you, taught them. You said in a video, actually several videos, in the past that in order for there to be a change in crime rates, now you said this, we need to teach our youth proper conflict resolution. That's pretty funny coming from you. When someone has an issue with you, what do? You cuss them out, tell them to suck a dick, block them, and tell everyone else how awesome you are. You shut down, quote-unquote, anyone who challenges you by being disrespectful, self-righteous, and a narcissistic bully. Okay? This is what he does, guys. What does your own behavior teach our troubled youth? So someone coming to look at his page and reading it, or reading his Twitter, what is that going to teach our troubled youth? That if someone disagrees with them, they can cuss them out, berate them, and completely dismiss their opinions and feelings? How will they ever get along with anyone? Conflict and having opposing views and opinions are a normal part of life and are going to happen all the time, considering we are all individuals and have our own minds. You teach our youth that it's fine to think that they are number one, and that they can stomp on the feelings of everyone else. Your methods might even drive them to go a step further and shoot someone. Who gets into a beef with them? Why not, right? Self-righteousness and cussing out everyone who doesn't adore you is the name of your game. Shouting racism to get what you want is the name of your game. So guess what? You're teaching that mentality to everyone else who comes to your page, or sees your Twitter, or watches your videos. So if I'm a black babysitter, and I didn't get to watch my favorite show at 7 p.m. because the little white boy I babysit was cranky, he's racist! Racism! If I'm a black guy and I didn't win the lottery yesterday and a white guy did, OMG, racism. Those tickets have got to be racist. Fact. That's what Alonzo would say. People, that's what Alonzo says about everything. And he's actually discrediting real racial issues that need to be addressed in a respectful and innovative way. Because he screams racism so many times when it's not legit. He's making the problem worse. He's basically a, quote-unquote, stomp down any opposition however you need to in order to get ahead, or use the term racism to get whatever you want activist. That's the kind of activist he is. He's a self-entitled activist. He teaches self-entitlement, and to whine about racism to get what you want. Okay? Next point, also regarding tips. When people do give him tips, what does he do? He uses that information to create drama on Facebook and to say he's awesome because he got the tip. Do the tipsters ever get encouragement beyond the be hip like me, there he's saying me again, and give tips? And his egotistical shoutouts, are they ever made to feel like they matter, besides this one post he just made? No. He uses your crucial tips to further promote himself. You, the tipster, the one who actually deserves to be praised, don't get the praise for coming forward or get any credit, but he sure does. He feels entitled to all of the credit and all of the praise from your tips. He thinks he's a superhero, but he didn't do anything. He just gets to sit back, pretend he's a real-life superhero, play with his big boy toys and drones, stalk strippers and girls on Facebook to download their pics for his private time. Okay, he does that. And he just made another post about how he's been going to other people's Facebook pages and grabbing their photos so he can say that he supports all races and look at all these different races of these girls. He just went to stalk a bunch of friends that he just made and find the prettiest ones to download their pictures to his special folder. That's what he does. Okay, if you're pretty and you go friend him, watch out, man. He's going to stalk your page because he's sexually frustrated. He doesn't get sex from his wife, apparently. And he is going to download all of the pictures that he wants, that he can keep in his special folder for his private time. That's what he's doing, okay? And he's going to use all of your information and detective work, back to the tipsters, okay, to make himself look good. Now, if you're a tipster and you say, I don't care if he says I helped, I don't need recognition, I don't want it, I don't want anyone to know I gave the tip, I just want things to get better, keep myself safe, and get some justice, then good. That means you're a decent human being. Yay! That means you're much more valuable than a fake superhero wannabe that uses his Facebook page as a shrine to himself. Okay? So, after all of that, what harm can your support of this man cause? If you haven't figured it out yet, a heck of a lot. Your support keeps his negativity going. It allows him to continue to hurt people without any remorse in order to bring attention to himself. It hinders progress from being made to bring people together, and it incites an even deeper level of racial division and violence. It keeps us stuck in the past with no hope for the future. It promotes selfishness and narcissism. It promotes his egotistical agenda and hinders the good of the people. Your support of this man does nothing to fight crime, nothing to make Kansas City a better place, and nothing to bring about peace and equality. Your support of Alonzo Washington is a direct attack against those things. I'm serious. You may not know it yet, but you will find out. His actions go against his mission because his mission isn't what he claims it is. His mission is to get attention, praise, status, and power. He has the values and actions of a villain, and we need someone with the values and actions of a hero. If you don't understand yet, if you still think, who cares, he's awesome, you're just jealous. Wait, are you a narcissist too? Are you? Probably. If that's what you just told me, then probably. Just wait, you'll see. You'll understand someday. And if you don't, then you're part of the problem. And there's nothing I can do to change your mind. There's nothing I can say. You just don't get it. All I can do is pray the next person is more aware of the truth. And that's why I'm putting this information out there. That's all. I hope a true hero will come along someday who can state the facts and bring awareness to Kansas City citizens while also actually making a legitimate impact in the fight against crime. Alonzo is not. Someone who cares more about other people than promoting and worshiping himself. Alonzo is not that person. Someone who can inspire people to be better and to work together. Besides this one post he just made, Alonzo's not that person. Someone who can bring attention to racial issues and not discredit them, like Alonzo has done. A true crime-fighting activist. Alonzo Washington, aka Casey Crimefighter, is definitely not the man for the job. He says he's been doing this for decades. Says everyone should know who he is. Says he's the only one who can fight crime in KC. That he solved tons of cases, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Let's just say he is, in fact, as important and amazing as he says he is. And that he's been as successful as he says he is. Or says he has. If he's been doing his activism for decades, and the current state of Kansas City is as bad as he says it is, without any glimpse of improvement, what does that tell you? It tells me that Alonzo isn't the almighty superhero activist he claims to be. He will probably tell you it's because everyone is a racist and no one cares about crime. I just read everything he said about that. No one cares about crime and no one in the position of power can do their job. He's always whining about everybody else that they don't know what the heck they're doing, but he does. That it's everyone else's fault, but definitely not his. No, not his. He's the only one doing any good. Go back and read his post, guys. Don't get fooled by him. If after all these years that's how he truly feels, then superhero or not, there's obviously nothing he can do. Nothing he can change. He's been doing this for decades, and it isn't creating positive change. Okay? Because he's still whining about it. For every one person that gets fooled and loves him, 1,000 people see through his act and can't stand him. His activism, quote unquote, isn't worth a thing. And that's a fact. Wink face, Alonzo. That's a fact. Guys, don't be fooled by this guy. Please. Please don't. Please don't.